Welcome back. So today I'll just go through the differences between a rough opal and a rubbed opal. So here we've got a classic piece of rough Cuba PD opal. So a lot of the time it'll be straight out of the ground or maybe cut or sliced to a certain shape or weight. And it's just basically opal, potch, bit of sand. That's typically what you expect to see. It's a bit of a gamble because you can't see anything underneath it. In this piece in particular, there's some sort of cutting mark here. Maybe they cut off a piece that they did like the look of. But overall, it doesn't look like it's got a hell of a lot, except over here where you can see a bit of colour. So yeah, rough opals, it's pretty tough to judge sometimes whether it's a really good piece of rough or whether it's not. But as long as you can see a section and you can see a bit of colour in it, then you can go based on that. And it's priced accordingly. It's much cheaper than, well, it's the cheapest way you can buy opal other than buying pay dirt, which is hit and miss. But yeah, so rough piece. So what other people will sell are rubs. So this is an opal rub. It's been shaped somewhat to a pear or a teardrop shape. They're pretty much the same shape. I'd tend to call it a teardrop shape if it's a lot narrower and skinnier. This is currently cut to a bit of a pear shape. And the rub basically means that all that outer crust and outer shell of the rough piece has been scraped back to kind of give you at least a hint of what's inside. So here you can see that there's this little green pinfire kind of pattern across the opal. There's still rough bits here and there, rough bits over here. So this is just the back anyway, so it's not overly important. But yeah, it's just been rubbed down so that that outer shell, which is the first step in what we do when we're carving, that outer shell is already removed. So it's preferred by a lot of people just because you know what you're getting a hold of. You can't get ruined by a patch of sand or whatnot, apart from the ones that you know are there and you can guess how deep they are. But you've got an idea of the pattern of the stone, you've got an idea of the quality of the stone. The pricing, of course, shoots up if it's a good piece like this. And if it's got sand spots and whatnot, it's a pretty cheap piece. But it's more that guarantee, that safe bet that you know what's going on. And yeah, basically, they don't always come pre-shaped, well, semi-shaped like this one. Typically, it will just be a shape kind of like this, but they would have cut down all the sand on the front here, remove that, maybe remove that, but if it's the back, they'll just leave it. And yeah, that would be, this is a rub, would just be that kind of sides removed. So yeah, this is anyway the one that we're going to work on today, and we'll go from this nice rub and we'll shape it up